Hello green shoppers! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para sa lahat po ng mga new explorers tsaka newly discovered po sa akin channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. So para sa araw na ito, let us continue the last episode on our series of discussion in line with the main topic, which is the random thoughts on values education. So specifically, our topic for this morning is all about values education deals with the purpose of human life. Welcome to my video number 205. Good morning once again, Golden Jobbers. Andito na naman po tayo sa panibagong discussion under the subject Values Education. So nabanggit ko na po sa inyo kanina na ang pag-uusapan natin will focus on the idea of the purpose of human life. So let's understand our existence, why we are here in this world in the first place. So may mga katanungan tayo na tanging ikaw lamang ang makakasagot kasi iba't iba tayo ng feature. As I said, as I discussed aking mga previous discussion, iba't iba po ang disenyo ng buhay ng isang tao. So basically, the question of what is your purpose in this world, you, okay, is the only one who can answer that particular question, because I also have my different version in answering that particular question. So the first thing that we have to focus here is, have we ever asked, na itanong mo na ba, what is the purpose of my existence? Yan ang pinaka-greatest thing that we have to understand. Kaya nga, in our term here in the Philippines, bakit ka nandito? Ano ang ginagawa mo dito sa mundo in the first place? Okay? The greatest question is, what is the purpose of my existence? Have you asked that one in yourself? Okay? Kasi ako many times, I also asked that one, especially when I encountered a lot of problem that I could not be able to solve. So may mga punto talaga in my life that I'm also asking kung bakit ba ako nandito? What is really my purpose in this particular world? Moving further, in the experience of Jim Durkin, as he narrates in his book entitled Life with a Purpose, may tatlong basic questions siya na isinare doon. Kung saan the first question talaga na in-raise niya is the idea on what is the purpose of my existence. That is one thing talaga na according to him, kailangan masagot natin, and we should have to be curious enough in answering also that kind of question. Secondly, itinanong niya din, what is God's purpose for my life? Ano nga ba ang purpose ng Panginoon? Why He created me in this world? Okay, because in the first place, we should always have to accept the fact na we only have span of time in this world, and if that purpose will end or fulfilled, then you have to say goodbye in this world also, as I discussed to you sa aking mga previous videos. Okay, so the third question na na-raise niya doon is, where am I going now? Okay, because in the field that we are standing today, in the time that we are living today, we have so many questions for the future, because nobody knows what will happen in the future. Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow, correct? So that is the reason why the third question na raised ni Jim is to ask about where I am going now, or where am I going now in this particular lifetime. Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. That is inevitable. Okay, no one can predict. That is why, according to some statement, we should always have to be ready to whatever may happen for tomorrow. Okay, so that is. So yun ang mga basic questions na aalamin natin at i-feel natin for this particular video. So then he continues, God's purpose. This is now the time when Jim answered his own question, also sharing to all of you, my dear viewers. Then he continues, God's purpose for my life did not come to me all of a sudden as a startling revelation. So meaning to say, that question asking, what is the purpose of my life? Bakit ako nandito sa mundo? Cannot be answered immediately. Okay, you have to wait an ample time, okay, to discover that kind of answer, okay, or to discover yourself at the end of the day, okay? May marami tayong pagdadaanan sa ating journey. There are lots of experiences to be happened in our lives before we could be able to answer that big question mark in our existence here in this world. That's basically the reality, okay? So meaning to say, man is made for a purpose, correct? If your journey ends, that means you already served your purpose in this world. Going back to our first line, asking why we are here in this world. Okay, bakit tayo nandito sa mundong ito, and why is it God created us to stay and to live in this world? Okay, this is temporary and we should have to accept. Okay, sometimes it's difficult for us to understand the line of life, the reality of life. Napakahirap intindihin, nakakatakot siya if you are going to think in a contemplation, proper thinking, analysis, or whatever. You have to be afraid within yourself, no? Because we know that at the end of the line, we should have to say goodbye. And that's reality, correct? So that is the reason why talking about here, according to Jim, the question or the answer for that question will not really come immediately or all of a sudden. In a blink of an eye, you will have the answer no. You will just have to experience a lot of things for you to be able to discover yourself. And that's how difficult it is to discover our purpose in this world. Instead, okay, to add the statement given to Jim, instead, it came slowly and quietly. Ito yung procedure kung papaano niya nasagot ang katanungan na yon. It came slowly and quietly, the results of many frustrating years. That is the reason why I'm always emphasizing that in this human existence, we always have to accept that mistakes is around the corner. Meaning to say, every now and then, okay, magkakaroon talaga tayo ng mga mistakes in our existence in this world, okay? And we also have to face a lot of rejections, discriminations, disappointments, and of course, lesson learned experiences, okay? May maraming mga doors na magsasara for us, may maraming mga sagot na no for our attempts to anything that we are aiming to achieve. Hindi pwedeng you will always have to think for a yes answer, okay? Because whether we like it or not, there are points in our lives wherein the answer is no. And that should be expected to be happen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and that's reality. That's speaking for reality. Okay, lot of rejections, discriminations for the race, kung sino ka, your status in life, your physical appearance, your intellectual capacity can be discriminated and rejected at some point. Okay, this is how you are going to face, according to Jim, many frustrating years in your life. Okay, but at the end of the journey, something is waiting for you, and that should also be expected in your existence here in this world. Okay? So, ito ang procedure, okay, in order for us to answer that question, what is the purpose of my life? So this is the process on how you are going to get the answer for that big question mark, okay, as I said, in our existence here in this world. So truly, many people find personal fulfillment and satisfaction only as they fulfill the reason for existing, usually after a long years and life of darkness. Highlight natin ha, fulfill the reason for existing, usually, okay, after long years and life of darkness. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, I'm always telling this one to all my students, life is like traveling in a tunnel, okay? Meaning to say, there are points in our lives wherein we cannot see anything but a total darkness. Totoo ito. May mga punto na super dilim ng paligid na nakikita mo. You cannot see anything. Kasi, meaning to say, malayo ka na sa entrance point at malayo ka pa rin sa exit point. Nasa middle ka ng tunnel and whole portion of that tunnel is talagang napakadilim. It's full of darkness. Kinakalagay dito, usually after a long years and life of darkness. The moment when you see the light, that is the time you can answer now the question. What is the purpose of your life? After those years of honing to the best version of yourself, this is one thing also, okay? Because pinagdaanan mo ang paghihirap na yon, pinagdaanan mo ang mga challenges na yon, you surmounted that moment in your life, the stage in your life, hindi ka nag-surrender, hindi ka nag-give up, hindi ka nag-withdraw doon sa goal mo sa life, you can be successful. And that's the time also that you could be able to answer what is the purpose of your life in this world. You will finally realize at that moment na, ito pala ang gusto ng Panginoon sa akin. This is my purpose in this world. Kaya pala ako dumating sa ganitong problema because I will be some source of an inspiration to other people that if they could be able to experience the same thing as mine, they will have to prepare themselves already. Kaya nga very important na we are also fond of watching videos from different group of people, yung mga different experiences ng tao. It's good to know them and it's good to see their lives also. Kasi mas natututo tayo at mas nagiging handa tayo for ourselves if ever dumating sa atin yung the same situation, because nobody knows, as I said to you. As Boss Caglea puts it, ito yung statement, and I'm sure familiar na kayo kay Boss Caglea kasi na-open up ko na siya sa aking previous video. According to Boss Caglea, an expression of love is the most basic human assurance when it is given freely and without condition. Kaya nga, we are always aiming to feel that unconditional love coming from someone else. Kasi pag walang condition yung love, it can freely be expressed. Okay? And it can be freely felt also by someone na binigyan mo ng love na yan. So, something like that. Okay? So, according to Boss Caglea, an expression of love is the most basic human assurance. It can strengthen and give greater purpose to a relationship. Okay? So basically, as I said to everybody, any form of relationship, love is the answer. Love is powerful. Harmony comes in when there is love. Totoo ito. Because if you could not feel this one anymore, magiging nonsense ang buhay mo. Magiging hopeless ka in any situation. Because love can be done in any form. It's not only in a mutual relationship between male and female. Hindi yan ang definition. It could be love from your family, your parents, and anybody else na nagmamahal at nagkikare sa'yo as a person while you are still living in this world, okay? Using that one as a tool in order for you to continue living. Kasi powerful po ang love according to Boss Caglea. And this is one thing also that we could be able to feel na may purpose pa ang buhay mo dito sa mundo. Okay, something like that. Because ito kasi yung author talaga ni ni Boss Caglea. He is always telling to the world that love can solve everything. Love can end up any chaos that might be created in the society. Love is the answer of everything. So yun ang kanyang justification. In this particular situation that we are talking about, in the kind of travel or in the kind of question that we are aiming to answer, talking about what is the purpose of my life in this world. And for Boss Caglea, love is the answer. In order for you to discover yourself more and more. So something like that we have to understand. Okay, but what is happening in the reality? Question that we have to analyze also in this video. But what is happening in the reality? Ano ang nangyayari presently? Ano ang sinasabi ng status quo? Okay, real talk tayo in this kind of situation. Accordingly, it is sad to realize that people only send me flowers when I'm too distracted to enjoy them when I'm ill. Correct. One of the best example, nung hindi ka pa nagkasakit, nobody wants to give you fruits, flowers, chocolates, and everything else. Nobody wants to do that for you. But the moment you are being hospitalized already, ang daming gustong dumalaw, ang daming gustong mag-care, ang daming gustong magbigay ng mga bagay na ito, ang daming gustong mag-recollect doon sa mga kabutihang nagawa mo. Okay, this is the problem in the society. That is why it hinders us to think positively to what is really the purpose of our lives in this world, because the society is difficult to be understood. Okay? Yun ang dapat. But the reality is this one that I'm talking to you right now. Okay? When I'm too distracted to enjoy them, and when I'm ill, a lot of flowers, chocolates, and everything else na ibinibigay sa akin. Okay? So speaking to you the reality right now, but this is happening. To continue, it is stated here, and how sad is that day you'll receive the most beautiful flowers which you cannot even see. Do you need flowers when you are dead? Question mark. Correct. Okay? Kasi dito dumarating yung pinakamagandang gift, flowers, yung mga concerns, and every good things na ginawa mo dito siya lalabas when you're already dead. When you don't have the chance anymore to see these beautiful things na ibinibigay ng mga tao sa iyo. Sometimes I have to say, this is pathetic enough to imagine, but this is reality happening right now. This is reality, if you have to think about. Okay, eto po ang disenyo ng buhay. Okay? At nakikita mo ito. And I know you observe this one. So I hope that while we are still living in this world, or while the person can still see those beautiful things, let's extend our love. Let's show our concern. Let's show our kindness to them in whatever way that we can. But sometimes, as I said to all of you, even ako, I cannot control na medyo nadidetour ako sa aking mga plans and goals in life to change myself for the better. Okay, kasi we are also human beings. But the message of this video is telling to you that if you have the chance to do it now. And change something within you if that is outside from what we are telling to you right now sa topic na ito. Okay? If we can manage to be good at some point, can we have to do it right now? Can we start doing it after watching this particular video? So that is amazing if you could be able to practice that one right now, right after here. So, because this is a reality, okay, something that we have to change from our culture, from our practices, okay? Because the moment the person is living already in this world, he don't care anymore for everything what you have given. Wala na, hindi na niya mararamdaman pa. So if you have still time, not to make them happy, do it right away. Okay, because we don't know. Nobody knows what the future holds, and that's reality. Okay? So when we meet a new person, it is a chance to touch and be touched by each other. Correct. This is really the beauty of interaction. That is why I'm always telling that genuine interaction is still better than the virtual one or any other messaging, mga letters, conversation, whatsoever. The real or genuine interaction has something to do, okay, with the kind of inspiration, motivation, genuine learning that we could be able to get out from that situation. Okay? This is the experience reflection cycle, kung tinatawag. Okay, experience reflection cycle. The total person experience is the reflection cycle. Kasi bumabalik po. Okay, yung naranasan mo ngayon in this particular generation ng buhay mo, mararanasan din ito ng ibang tao. Kaya nga sinasabi nila, we always have to adapt and appreciate the beauty of shared destiny. Now, whatever things that is happening to me right now might also be happening to you and to somebody else. Okay, because everything is a reflection cycle. Lahat ay umiikot. Okay, so there's no permanent in this temporary world. You cannot really expect for a permanent thing to be happen in your life. You always have to expect the one that whatever things that we owned, okay, right now, or wherever in the world we are standing today, we should always have to think that this is just a temporary disposition, and one day we could also be able to leave this one and give it to the other person, something like that. Okay, kasi you cannot stay in this world for the rest of your life. So the most important thing in the interaction talking about is we could be able to learn something from them. Correct? That kind of learning that we could be able to get from them, that's very essential. To be inspired by them, okay, by just listening to their stories, by knowing who they are, what they have been through in their lives, we could be able to get inspired by those particular stories after all. And of course, to develop holistically because of them, okay, because you started to change yourselves also, because after learning and listening to their stories, things that you can apply also within yourselves, tinanggap mo siya sa sarili mo. You embrace that kind of culture, you embrace that kind of idea, and then you gradually apply that one to yourself. And that's basically one of the factors that will hone you to become a holistic person while you are still living in this world. And if you could be able to achieve that one, that's the time also that you could be able to answer our questions before or previously sa video na ito na niraise ko sa inyo. Target natin is, what is the purpose of my life? Why is it that God created me to be in this world? Where am I going now? Okay? So I hope that while you are watching this video, meron na kayong kasagutan sa inyong mga sarili, and I hope that in the years to come, you could be able to identify yourself. Why is it that you are here, and why is it that you need to do good things as you continue living in this particular journey? So that will be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think na kailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to discuss more meaningful discussions, especially in the world of social sciences. Thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye!